Hello guys, and welcome to Twitch Chatter. Today we're going to be talking again about Apex Legends, but this time we're going to go over the legends themselves. In total there's 16 legends in the game, and we'll be talking about 8 of them in today's episode. And so if we're making this a 60-minute long video, going into about how to play each one, and how each playstyle varies, we'll try to cover each legend within the span of a minute, mostly covering abilities as well as some hidden passives. And we will be starting off with Bloodhound. Well, for starters, Bloodhound has a passive called Tracker. His ability lets him see footprints of enemies that have been in that area in the past. Bloodhound's ability is a scan in the shape of a cone that goes forward in the radius of 180 degrees. Now, Bloodhound's ultimate, it's really strong. And it can be even stronger if paired up with a Banglo or a Caustic, because the gas or the smoke will cut up the visibility of enemies, and you yourself will be able to see through the smoke without a problem. Not only that, but Bloodhound's ultimate reduces the cooldown on your scan. If you activate Bloodhound's ultimate, it reduces your cooldown on your scans to 8 seconds. Not only that, but you will get a movement increase while being in Bloodhound's ultimate. Up next we have Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a reinforced legend and reduces the damage income by all sources by 15%. Although he did recently get a small nerf for his arm shield now has bleed through. But nevertheless, he's still a strong legend. The stone shield ability is strong as it plays out a lot in the late game. It also blocks all the damage that is headed your way, and it stops it right in its tracks. And lastly, about Gibraltar, his ultimate is an airstrike. This airstrike lands in a huge area and explodes on impact as it hits the floor, making people seek cover and run away from it. Overall, Gibraltar is a strong legend and has a lot of utility, especially in the higher ranks with his stone shield in play in the late game, blocking out all that damage, and his airstrike in the smaller circles. Moving along, we have Lifeline. Lifeline is a strong legend all around, but starting off with her hidden passive, where Lifeline can open up 2 secret compartments in the blue supply bins, giving you and your team extra loot in the battlefield. Next up we have Lifeline Drone. Lifeline Drone can pick up teammates by pressing the interactive button on them and sending out her drone, deploying a unbreakable shield in the direction you were looking before resting them. Lifeline's drone is also her ability and can be deployed down to heal your teammates' health over time if they are around the proximity of the drone. And lastly we have Lifeline's ultimate. Lifeline's ultimate ability is called Care Package. Lifeline calls in a supply drop or a care package full of equipment for you and your teammates, ranging all the way from armor, mats, to gun modifiers and scopes for your gun. Lifeline's playstyle can also vary depending on how you interact with your team. Could it be really aggressive as a lifeline, or you could be really passive to really utilize her healing drone to res your teammates. It can all vary on your teammates or your own personal playstyle and preference, so don't be scared to play Lifeline, and find whichever playstyle suits you better. Up next we have Pathfinder. Pathfinder is one of the easier legends in the game to play, but don't let him fool you, as he can still be really strong and reliable in teamfights. First things first, Pathfinder is one of the recon personnels. Recon can scan for the next ring, meaning that Pathfinder can go up to a survey beacon and find where the next ring's gonna be. He also has a grappling hook as his ability, so Pathfinder can travel great distances in a short amount of time with this grappling hook if used properly. And lastly we have his ultimate, which is the zipline gun. Pathfinder shoots out a zipline for you and your teammates to use to travel a great distance. This can be used to get high ground or to get yourself out of bad positions in the map. And now we have Wraith. Wraith's tactical ability, Voice from the Voids, warns her if she's being aimed at, meaning that it'll be hard to get a shot off on an enemy Wraith if you aim directly at her. Wraith's tactical ability is called Into the Void, and what this ability basically does is it allows Wraith to travel into a different dimension, and while she's in there, she's invisible and does not take any damage. And next up, we have Wraith's ultimate ability, Dimensional Rift. And rather than going into the other dimension, what Wraith does is she sets a portal for everyone to use, as she has 60 seconds to run and get a great of a distance to place her team in a better position. And now we have Bangalore. Bangalore's passive ability is called Double Time. Whenever Bangalore is shot at, she increases the movement speed that she travels at to avoid getting shot. Bangalore's tactical ability is called Smoke Launcher, where she carries 2 canisters of smokes that she can deploy to use as cover and to get away, or to engage in combat. And Bangalore's tactical ability is called Smoke Launcher. Bangalore carries around 2 canisters of smoke that can recharge over time, that she can shoot out to provide cover to either run away or to engage in battle without your enemy spotting you through the smoke. And lastly about Bangalore, her ultimate ability is called Rolling Thunder, where she throws down an airstrike similar to Gibby's or Gibraltar's ultimate. But what this ultimate is that the artillery strikes do scatter across the land, and they do have a fuse timer before going off, meaning that they will not go off as soon as they touch the floor. Up next we have Caustic. Caustic's passive ability is called Nox Vision. Nox Vision allows Caustic to be able to see through his own gas and highlight enemies that pass through it. Another important thing to note is that Caustic's gas damages the player's health and not their shield. So if they stand in your gas for an extended period of time, this will be their health that's decreasing and not their shield. And unlike enemies, Caustic will not take any damage to the poison gas, and this goes all around. If an enemy Caustic activates its trap, you will not take any damage from it, and they will not take any damage from yours. Caustic's ultimate is just a giant gas bomb. This gas bomb will hurt players in the proximity, hitting them for their health as well as lowering their visibility. The last character we'll be talking today is about Mirage. Mirage's passive ability is Now You See Me. When Mirage gets struck down, he goes invisible and he deploys a hologram where his body would be. When playing as Mirage and you use your ability, you can gain control of your hologram by pressing your ability key again. And what this means is that your hologram will copy all of your movements, including sliding, running, jumping, and it will not copy your movements if you are climbing something or if you are mid-air. Mirage's ultimate ability is called Vanishing Act. Mirage's ultimate ability sends out a bunch of decoys, copying his every movement and going in the opposite direction that he's going. While your ultimate is out and your holograms are out, they will copy all of your movement. This means if you run, slide, jump, and even aim down sights, they will do the same thing. It's a good way to trick your enemy and to rotate. If it's at the start of the game, you will send out 3 holograms, each for every one of your teammates, including yourself. And you can do this twice. This can be used to trick people into thinking it's a hot zone and that there's going to be a lot of squads in the area, making it less tempting to land there. And that should cover today's episode. Thank you guys for watching it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be making a second part of this, covering all the other legends that we did not cover in today's episode, so make sure to tune in for that one too.